going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great day so far. Happy Sunday. How's everyone doing? Hope your NFL team won. Mine did. Very, very unreal. Words are fun. They're also hard. Bengals won 2 games in a row. Wow. I didn't think I would see that this season. All right. I'm going to stop talking about football. You guys aren't here to listen to me talk about football. You guys want to watch some court? I want to watch some court. Where's our heart Jedi? All right. I've got a random collection of court clips to share. It is Sunday night. Got 2 days without court. So got just a bunch of stuff from the week. Let's go. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like in this. Man, what am I doing? Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go. All right. I knew I'd get that out. All right.
All right, this matter is entitled Suzanne Adams versus Janice Odum, also known as Janice Ferguson. She was bit by some dogs, which were on property rented by Miss Ferguson. And apparently, Ms. Wilds, were you the tenant at that property?
Actually, Janice Ferguson owns the property. Eric is her son, and we have a land contract with her. We are buying this property.
All right, and Eric is Eric Ferguson?
No,
Odum.
Odum. There,
Odum.
Janice is never took on the Odum name. She's always been Ferguson, and
All right, well, who is she to you?
my dad was married to her. She is my stepmother for 25 plus years.
And where is she right now?
She had an emergency. Her memory's been slipping. She called about 2 o'clock, said she totally forgot, and she is not even in the area. So she asked if we could either try and do this ourselves or if we could get a continuance until she can be here.
Because all right, whatever you decide, I feel that should fall on me and Miss Wilds on that part, because Miss Ferguson has not lived here in some time, and we are buying the place. It should be our responsibility.
Well, she didn't sue you. She sued Miss Ferguson. She sued her under the wrong name, Janice Odum, but she did answer it. Ms. Adams and Ms. Wiles and Mr. Odum, would you all please raise your right hand? You all swear or affirm any testimony you're about to give in this matter will be true to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, couple things. We are in small claims court. For everybody that's here, small claims court is a separate division of the 3B district court. The rules are much more relaxed than they are in general civil court. In fact, one of my least favorite classes in law school was civil procedure, which is what young law students take in their first year of law school. And in general civil court, we strictly follow the rules of evidence of procedure and of evidence and procedure. In small claims court, the rules are much more relaxed. Neither side is allowed to have an attorney in small claims court. There is no formal record being made.
Okay, so I think the Wild, their dog bit somebody else, I think. I don't know. Someone else that's on the screen. I don't really remember. It's kind of confusing. We'll figure it out by when they start talking. But this did happen earlier this week. I think this might have been from Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, I don't remember exactly, but we do figure it out.
Odum Small Claims Court. And there is no appeal from Small Claims Court. Any decision made here is final. Either party has a right to remove the matter from the small claims to the general division of the court, but you have to tell me before we start. So, Miss Adams, I'm going to ask this. I'm afraid to ask. Are these pit bulls?
No, Your Honor.
One of them, the one that bit
No,
me
Your Honor.
is not, but they had it DNA tested because they were at a trailer court, and I'm certain the dog barked constantly and had to be DNA tested because he looks just like a pit bull.
All right, what kind of dogs are they, Miss Wilds?
I have a Labrador Retriever mix she's 10 years old, and then I have a Boxer mix. He is 4. He just turned 4.
And we have papers.
And I have
from the vet.
paperwork from the vet with they're all up to date. They were up to date at all of these occurrences. I just didn't have their licenses at the time because we moved, but I got all of that secured. And I have the paperwork from the vet stating their breeds, and also it's in the police reports that it is a Boxer, not a pit bull.
All right,
Well, I'm not sure who your boyfriend is, but isn't he going to miss you not being at his stream since you're here? Also, Heather.
I guess it doesn't matter if you got bit by it, you got bit by it. Well, Miss Odum, Ms. Ferguson isn't here, and you're not her lawyer. And she did file an answer, and then she failed to appear. So she's subject to default. As a result of these bites, Miss Adams, did you receive $2,100 worth of medical expenses?
The bills were over $2,000. I had an ER visit, and they had a neck CAT scan and a lumbar spine x-rays of my neck and back, because I had to go on disability for these very issues in 2012, and I have my disability papers and the reasons. So my concern, of course, is that I can't be a
Well, what you're asking for is $2,100. Is that correct?
yes, and that would be to put a fence up so that this dog, when they let him out, does not run over onto my property again and attack me for no reason, which he's done twice, and the third time is when I filed this complaint. And they called the dog off in time, but
Well, she isn't here to argue about it, so she loses by default. She asked someone to come.
No,
No,
this ain't right.
Your Honor, the dog's never bit her. and
Yes,
no one
look
in our
at
property-
the police report.
Right.
Stop,
Yeah.
stop. When you get sued in a lawsuit, you have to show up. You don't ask your friends to come in and ask for an adjournment.
It's not the dog, though. She doesn't even know anything about it.
How's she gonna?
Well, it's her property. That's why she was sued. And she owes $2,100 and $83.50.
She didn't even put the right person's name on there. That's
None of the
bullshit.
people's names are right.
Yes, nobody's names are right.
Your Honor, she doesn't even have evidence that the dogs bit her in the police reports that
Look at
they
the police
didn't.
report. Yes. The
Well,
dog
I
bit
have-
you one.
I
You
know
wait,
where it's
Stop,
at.
stop. She isn't here. She automatically loses. And she
What?
filed an answer under her name. So she accepted service, she filed an answer, and she failed to show up because she forgot court was today. So I don't even get into the
Yeah,
fact she
here, stop
automatically
here.
lost. and I'm
Okay,
gonna
she
remove you
is-
From the freeze.
I'm suing her then.
All right. I find on behalf of the plaintiff for $2,100, $83.50 as her complaint. Defendant failed to appear without justifiable excuse. Emergency, I forgot. She could have logged in just like they did. Now, you chose not to sue them, or maybe you file a bigger lawsuit against them for the dog bites. This is just regarding the fence. So, Miss Adams, I gave you what you asked for. The easy part is getting the judgment. The hard part is getting the money. I'm going to send you out to the court office. This is not in the correct name, but she accepted service and filed an answer, which gives the court jurisdiction over her. She sent a lengthy response, but she didn't show up for the hearing. So she loses. So I want you to go out to the counter. I'd like you to fix that and put Odum Ferguson, or AKA Ferguson. It's actually Ferguson, AKA Odum. Now, she has 21 days to pay this, although the judgment is hard to, it says two different things. So if she doesn't pay this within 30 days, you can come to the court and ask for what's called a discovery subpoena. Several people have done this today. They got a judgment, but the people didn't pay. So I find on your behalf by default, and if you're going to sue Miss Wilds and Mr. Odum for the dog bite, medical bills, and all those sort of things, you can sue in general court for up to $25,000 and in circuit court for an unlimited amount of money. All right, go out to the counter and get a copy of this and you're good to go.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you. All right, now we've got.
All right. Yep, that one was easy. Judge Middleton hung up on him. They didn't really have any right to be there. I mean, I understood what they were saying. It was on their property. It was their dog. She sued the wrong person. But yeah, Judge Middleton's not wrong. She filed a response to the lawsuit, and she didn't show up. That's a default. Now, she can file a motion to set aside the default. But she's going to have to give a reason why she wasn't there. And yeah, which might happen. We'll see. All right, next one. This next one is actually it's a very interesting case. This is Judge Gauthier, and this is probably the first time I've seen this argument work. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're going to have to watch, but I haven't seen this work personally. I've seen a couple different attorneys bring it up. I've seen pro se defendants bring it up. Even sovereign citizens bring this up. Doesn't usually work. It works this time. All right, let's go.
Mr. Vogler, you have Mr. Lofton next. People be Barry Lofton, file 24-93327 Got this up for, it looks like a docket call, a motion to suppress the statements that we're continuing for argument. I did review the body cam footage at the request of the parties, so I think your argument on that motion in order to show cause for a text to the victim and a motion for discovery from the defense. So it makes sense maybe to first kind of put a pin in the motion to suppress and your argument on that.
Yes, Your Honor. I thought the body cam video was completely conclusive on the issue. That often is clearly almost immediately on police arrival at his home, put into handcuffs, and when he at one point tried to lead the officer inside the home to show him something, he was restrained from doing that, already in handcuffs, led it and put into the police car. And during that sequence, from the time that he was handcuffed, he was asked questions questions. I mean, normally I know there's case law out there when people are questioned in their home and things like that around their home, they're deemed not to be in drain, but there's certainly situations like this. You're in your own home, but very clear that you're not free to leave or do anything for that matter. And so I would ask the court to grant that motion.
Mr. Radsma?
Your Honor, I guess I would challenge whether the defendant was in actual custody at that point. He was being held, what I would call the investigative encounter, but the officer had information, true or not, but he had information from the complainant who we had met earlier that Mr. Lofton had weapons. So the officer would risk. Propose the motion.
All right, well, in this matter, Miranda warnings are required when there's an interrogation of a suspect who's in custody. And here the officer did question Mr. Lofton about the incident, well, what happened, his version of events, and he made some statements that were inculpatory, particularly to the count two, to the felony count of the interfering with electronic communications. Defense says, well, these statements should be suppressed because there was no Miranda warning given. The defense or the prosecution says, well, he wasn't in custody. On initial contact, the officer handcuffed the defendant for officer safety because there had been some reports that he either had possession of or access to a weapon. I have no issue with that. And I don't think that the defense has any issue with that. So the officer can certainly do that. But then the officer has to decide, do I want to question this person at their home not in custody? Or do I want to handcuff them for safety? If I want to interview them, now I have to advise them of their Miranda. His freedom of movement was definitely restricted, which is one of the touchstones of a Miranda analysis. He was certainly not free to leave. He's certainly not free to just tell the officer, take these handcuffs off me and get off my damn lawn. He's handcuffed. He's under the power and control of the police officer. He's certainly in custody. Now, generally on the scene questioning doesn't require Miranda warnings, but those cases didn't involve handcuffed suspects. And the police and the prosecutors seem to say, well, there's a difference between being arrested and being detained. Well, that may be true for purposes of whether you're facing a charge or whether you're going to jail at the end of the interaction. It's a distinction without any meaningful difference, however, under a Miranda analysis, which is, are you free to leave? Some of the defendant's statements when I viewed the video were close to being volunteered statements, which would not generally be subject to suppression. But overall, they were part of a continuing flow of questioning in which the officer repeatedly asked the defendant about what happened and informed the defendant about the complainant's accusations. So this did amount to an interview or an interrogation. It was done while the defendant was in custody and without the benefit of Miranda warnings. Therefore, the defense motion to suppress any statements made during the interview is granted.
Yes. Again, I haven't seen the Miranda argument ever work. And I know it has. I'm just saying, me personally, in all the months, the couple years of court I've been watching, I haven't seen anybody actually win that argument. And this guy actually did. So good on the defense for picking up on that, calling it out, using it successfully. That was good. And yeah, both attorneys need to, take an energy drink or something. The mics are probably pretty terrible at those tables, but their energy level is just low. And neither one of them wants to be there. That's pretty clear.
All right, Mr. Vogler, you also have a motion for discovery of library records.
I do, Your Honor, and I believe that motion is agreed to. I have prepared an order handing to Mr. Radovon for his review.
That's correct. I reviewed Mr. Vogler's motion. We have no objection to it.
Okay,
Signing the order is approved.
all right, so I'll sign that order when it's presented. Approach. And I've indicated on the docket call order, Mr. Vogler, that the defense motion to suppress statements is granted. If you desire a separate written order, you can certainly prepare one and have it signed.
I think maybe the only thing I would want is, well, I would definitely like the video that.
Oh, you want that back?
I'd like to have that back, whether we can mark it and I keep it in my possession.
Yes.
Give it back.
Okay. And then, Mr. Lofton, it's alleged that you're in contempt of court for violating the conditions of your bond by sending a text to the complaining witness, violating a no contact order. You have the right to have a hearing in that matter where that accusation would need to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, the right to the assistance of your lawyer, and to present any witnesses in your own defense. If I do find you to be in contempt, I could jail you for up to 93 days and or fine you up to $7,500. Also, if you're not complying with the conditions of your bond, I can revoke that bond. So, Mr. Vogler, do you know how Mr. Lofton wishes to proceed on that?
Right, he pleads not guilty.
All right, we'll enter a plea of not guilty to that, and we'll schedule this for a bond violation hearing. And on the underlying docket call, do we need to continue that as well, Mr. Vogler?
I think we do, pending the receipt of the discovery issues.
Yeah, that's all I got of that case. All we missed was the scheduling, but depending on what they brought the case on, that case might be thrown out. They just suppressed anything that he said while in custody because the Miranda rights weren't read. So yeah, I'll keep a lookout if we get a follow up for that. I don't know if we will. I don't know if we need one. I thought that was interesting. I've never seen that motion to suppress work. Which is great. I mean, it's there for a reason. So, all right, let's move on. I don't remember what the next clip is, guys. I really don't. Let's see.
Sure.
Oh, this is okay. Yep. Judge Dad, let's go.
Marie Thornton, 24-836-684.
Who's on this morning?
Good morning.
Good morning. Officer Guzman and Prokes. It says officer here. Are they out there? Lisa, can you tell me? Oh, Officer Guzman. Yeah, you have to start your video, officer. There you go. Your name, please. Nice tree. Can you? Oh, she's still connecting. What's your name, ma'am?
Mine,
Yes, ma'am.
Sarah Thornton.
Okay, officer, your name?
Officer Guzman, sir.
All right, so this is a charge of improper pass.
Correct.
This was on Carter. So it was turning left from the left side, your ticket says. What do you mean? Was that a center turn lane or what?
No, Your Honor. So Miss Thornton was driving behind another vehicle. There is no turning lanes on Carter Road. However, the vehicle that she was behind was turning left into the dentist's office, and Miss Thornton went on the left side to try and pass her, and ended up striking her vehicle.
All right. Okay. I haven't heard your side. I don't know anything about this other than what's on the ticket. I'm just going to tell you one last.
Yeah, he doesn't realize he just muted himself. He does come back. Real quick, you're gonna see why.
Judge, we can't hear you.
For everyone that doesn't know why he's called Judge Dad, it's very clear in this video, which is why I put it up here.
I'm not sure what happened.
Okay. Can you hear me now, officer?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you and Ms. Thornton to raise your right hands. You solemnly swear or affirm, I need to see your hand, please. Solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God, officer.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Thornton?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and tell me what you'd like to say, officer.
Your Honor, this improper passing did cause an accident. However, I would be willing to plead the citation down to impeding traffic.
She doesn't want to do that, and then that's fine. I mean, she was offered that before, I believe. I talked to her about it. She doesn't want to do it, and she understands the conviction will enter and points will be assessed by the Secretary of State if she loses. So you can just start. She doesn't want to do that, right? Right?
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Your Honor, I do not want to dismiss the ticket. This did cause an accident. Thankfully, there was no injuries or anything larger than that. So I wouldn't be willing to dismiss the ticket.
No. I don't think I'm not asking you to dismiss. Just tell me what happened. What direction were they both going?
They were both heading, they were both heading south on Carter.
Okay. And then what happened? You weren't there, right?
I wasn't there to witness it, no. Based off the witness statement and
tell me what happened. You gotta, is this your first time testifying?
It is, yes. I'm still training, so I'm very new to this. I apologize.
That's fine. So am I in a lot of ways. So you go ahead and tell me from the beginning what happened. You're dispatched, and then what happened? Which witnesses did you speak to? What did they tell you?
Yes, sir. So I was dispatched to Carter Road. I got there, I spoke with, let me see, I have my report right here, if that's okay.
Take your time.
I spoke with Jacqueline.
Hearsay is admissible in an informal hearing. Go ahead.
Okay. Yep. So I spoke with Jacqueline. This is the individual that Ms. Thornton struck. Spoke with her.
Jacqueline who?
Jacqueline Matthias.
Okay.
Yep. So
what did she tell you?
Jacqueline told me that she was turning left into the dentist's office. She did use her turn signal. And Ms. Thornton proceeded to pass her on the left side, opposed to the right side, and struck her vehicle.
So she crossed, I'm sorry, Ms. Thornton, you said was traveling southbound. I'm sorry, Jacqueline was traveling southbound on Carter. Is that true?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. She was traveling west. I apologize. She was traveling west. Correct. On Carter Road.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And Ms. Thornton, Jacqueline, and how do you spell the last name? Messiah?
It is Mathias.
Oh, Matthias. Okay. My apologies. So Ms. Matthias is traveling westbound. Ms. Thornton's behind her. There's an impact that occurs in what? The eastbound lane of Carter Road?
Correct.
And Ms. Matthias tells you that she is traveling. She turns her turn signal on. She's making a left into the dentist office. And then what?
And then Ms. Thornton went to pass her from the left side.
Where was the damage, primary damage? Where was the impact? Can you tell me?
Yes, Your Honor. The primary impact was, let me see here.
That was Michigan. I believe. What court is that? It's with the magistrate that always hangs up on people. It's in Michigan. I can't think of is it Royal Oak maybe? I don't know. I'm just guessing. Yeah, I'm just guessing, but it's Michigan.
Show the back right side. It was on the back right side of the vehicle. So on the passenger tail light.
The back right side of the vehicle?
Correct.
I'm talking about on Ms. Matthias's vehicle. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was. I don't know. I'm just asking.
Correct, Your Honor. Yep. Mm-hmm. On the passenger tail light
vehicle
side.
What was your vehicle?
She hit my back tire.
Why aren't you responsible for this?
Because she was in the loading zone lane up against the curb.
Let me see your photos. You said you
Carter
have
Road
photos.
is 3 lanes.
I thought I was just told, am I wrong? Didn't you say that there was no turn lane? Is there
There
not
is
just
not.
one eastbound?
Correct,
Is
no
there
lane.
not just one eastbound and one westbound lane there?
That's all there is, but it
No.
isn't marked. There is no turn lane on Carter Road.
There's a turn lane at the light.
Hang on one second.
Yep.
We're not talking about this court. We're talking about the court from a video I posted this morning. That's what was asked. I'm guessing this is Woodhaven. Is that what you're saying? I don't even know where this one is. I see the Michigan seal, so I know it's Michigan, but I don't know where this one is. So I'm going to say that that's where this is, Woodhaven.
Okay, so there's curb lanes, but there isn't. So tell me what happened.
So she pulled over to the curb. She had no turn signal on. I was in
She
the
pulled
lane
over to the curb
to the right, to the curb. So
on the west side of the road.
correct. I stayed in the lane if you're going straight, or if she needed to make a left, she should have been in the lane I was in. So when she pulled over to the right, I proceeded to go straight, which is the lane that I was in. The way the police report shows that I was in the other opposite lane where traffic goes the opposite way. And that is not true.
Did you determine who else did you talk to there?
I spoke with Miss Thornton briefly and Jacqueline. There was also another witness on scene. However, we did not obtain his information.
What did Ms. Thornton tell you?
I spoke with Miss Thornton after I issued the citation. My partner, Officer Prokes, who isn't present at this moment, he spoke with Miss Thornton. He told me that he got the same story that I did.
Can I say something? That's not true. She's the one that interviewed me.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
And I'm
watched
on
my
her body
earlier.
cam.
I watched the body cam.
I'm on
earlier.
her body cam.
Hang on. How fast were you traveling, do you think, at the
20
time?
miles an
Let me
hour.
finish my question.
Yep,
How fast were you traveling at the time of the impact?
about 20 miles an
All
hour.
right. So were you following her for Ms. Mathias for a time while you were traveling westbound?
Correct. And
Hang on. I'm going to
Okay.
just ask some
Sorry.
questions. How far were you traveling behind her? Let's start with that.
Well, I wasn't traveling behind her directly because when I made a left onto Carter from Allen Road, she was already previously, ahead of me.
How far? How far when you turned on Carter Road, do you think her vehicle was ahead of you?
I'm going to say 4 or 5 car lengths.
Okay. So then how far did you remain 4 car lengths behind her for any length of time? Or not?
I can't say. I don't recall that. All I know is she pulled over to the right, stopped. I proceeded to
Wait a minute,
continue.
wait.
Okay.
I just want you to answer my questions.
Yep.
When you're traveling westbound on Carter, did it get to the point where you were just a couple of car lengths behind her or not?
Probably I was going alongside of her, going straight. And then all of a sudden, after I'm already almost.
Did she
all the
pull
way-
over to the curb?
She did.
Did she stop?
Yes,
How long?
probably 25 seconds, maybe. I was already 3/4 past her. And all of a sudden I get
Hang on.
kaboom, she hit my back tire.
Hang on. So you tell me she pulled over to the curb lane for 25 seconds?
No, it was probably, I don't know exactly how many
Well,
seconds.
I want you to
it
think
was.
about it. This is important. How long do you think that she pulled over onto the curb lane?
I'm gonna say 15 seconds, probably.
15 seconds.
Mhm.
All right, I want you to stop a second. Okay, I just want to make sure because I'm going to start this right now, the beginning of 15 seconds, okay?
Mhm.
So she's pulled over. From the time I started talking right now is about 15 seconds.
Correct,
Are you telling me she was pulled over to the curb lane for that long?
correct.
And how far were you behind her when she pulled over to the curb lane?
Probably 3 car lengths.
Okay. So you're saying she pulled over,
Correct.
she was there for 15 seconds.
Roughly. Didn't move. And I just said, okay, she's pulling over right before the sign that says loading zone
Did she have
only.
any turn signals on?
She did not, because I would have stopped.
Is there a no loading zone sign there?
There's a loading zone.
Loading zone. Do you know where that is, Officer Guzman?
No, Your Honor, I'm not familiar with that sign.
And what did Officer Prokes tell you that Ms. Thornton stated? I know she said that you talked to her, not Officer Prokes. You're insisting that Officer Prokes did.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you know what did he indicate in his report?
I actually did the report for it. He stated that Miss Thornton told him that Jacqueline pulled over to the side, so she went to pass him. I'm sorry, she went to pass her. So Miss Thornton stated that Jacqueline pulled over to the side on the right. She went to pass her on the left. She believed that Jacqueline was parking there, I want to say.
Any evidence that the impact occurred? Any evidence that the impact occurred in the east lane of Carter Road?
Just where the damage is on the vehicle, sir.
And again, your report indicates that that was on the right side where?
My report indicates that Miss Thornton has damage on her right taillight. I have a diagram printed here, and Jacqueline has damage on her driver's side front light or headlight.
Was she turning?
No.
She did not turn.
No, and I have photos in my phone of my car.
Yeah, I kind of lost him here. Let me see, Johnny. Why don't you get that back for me, please?
Which ones do you want? The road photos or my car?
They're all on the same slides,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, just give that back to him and I'll slide him through.
Okay, let me, because I went on vacation, so I have vacation photos in here before my car photos.
Well, that's good. I want to go back and ask you one more question, officer.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Listen to this. First time as an officer testifying.
All right. I don't know if you guys are the same with me. When something happens and you think of something randomly, you just have to share it. This lady showing the judge her phone and bringing up that she has other pictures in there. It reminds me every single time someone shows their phone to the judge, I'm going to think of this. The one defendant in Judge Simpson's courtroom that was bringing up pictures on his phone to show the attorney. And the attorney's like, wait, why do you have pictures of my wife in your phone? And it just, like, Judge Simpson didn't even know what to say. He, like, started laughing and then looked and then started laughing again. It was such a good moment. Why do you have pictures of my wife in your phone? It was hilarious. Now, I wish the judge would have said that. That would have been funny.
And you're getting grilled, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any evidence? Do you? Well, let me take a quick peek at these. The victim is not here, right? You don't have the victim here. I'm not saying you should necessarily. I mean, I always think it's advisable in case this type of he said, she said testimony comes out, but you don't have to. It's still admissible testimony. What did the victim tell you? They said the same thing, right? That they were traveling westbound on Carter, turn signal on, we're turning left into the dentist office.
Correct. Yep. She was going to the dentist, turned left, and Miss Thornton went to pass her on the left.
Is there anything else that you can tell me that would lead me to conclude where the actual impact of the vehicles happened? I'm not talking about on the vehicle. I'm talking about on which side of the roadway.
Can you state that one more time, please, sir?
Yeah. Was there any debris on the eastbound Carter Road?
There was not, no.
All right. Anything else you'd like to tell me?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
No.
Ms. Officer, I don't want you to leave here thinking you did a bad job. You did not do a bad job. In the future, I'd bring the victim. You have the burden of proof. I can't tell. This doesn't necessarily sound like an improper passing case. It sounds like maybe, just maybe, the victim didn't know where they were going and pulled over to the side and then decided to pull forward. And maybe Ms. Thornton was or wasn't impatient. But the fact is, you have to prove the case. But do not think you did one thing wrong here. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
You didn't do anything wrong, except maybe next time, especially when they've gone through department rep and they say they want to proceed to the hearing, you might want to bring, you might want to ask the victim to appear, and they can appear by Zoom. I'm going to go ahead and find you not responsible, Ms. Thornton. Take your phone.
that.
Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't forget your phone here. Pascal, Janisha, money.
Yeah, that was confusing. It was hard to follow along for what actually happened with the accident. That's not why I put that video in tonight's show. I put it in there just for that ending part with Judge Dad. Like, I don't want you to think you did anything wrong. You did fine. You did fine. Next time do this. Next time do this. Whatever. It's exactly what a dad would do. Most judges would be like, no, you didn't. No. Case dismissed, and that's it. But yeah, he had to give her a little encouragement. It's your first time. Don't leave here with your head down, hem low. All right, I'm twisting my words. Let's go to the next one. Are we going to Texas? Texas?
William B.
Texas!
Johnson versus all occupants, Andrew Martinez and all occupants. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right, how much is the monthly rent on this one, please?
900 per month.
900 a month. Any subsidy?
No,
Okay.
I really need to modify that figure since I found out that there's 2 months involved, October and November. When I came in, I simply did
Okay.
October,
So how many months are they in arrears?
October, November, and up through today. Rent's due on the 15th. So
Yeah, I am struggling with my words today, and I'll throw myself under the bus. I actually fell asleep watching the Bengals game. I'm the best fan ever, but halfway through the fourth quarter, I fell asleep and woke up, and I've been out of it all day since then. So yeah, I am stumbling over my words. I still feel like I just woke up. That grogginess feeling that you can't shake. I felt that way since I woke up, and I cannot shake it.
just 2 days away for another rent, so we can count those days as I noticed they were doing. Add that to the 1,800. We'll sell for 800.
Well, it's 1,800, and then the rent's due on the 15th, so we're not there yet. So, we'll leave it at 1,800. Do you have any receipts for November or?
I have a receipt, there's a money order, because, assume I was buying the house from him.
You were buying the house. Is he buying the house or renting the house, sir?
Buying it.
Not anymore. He's renting it at this point.
Well,
There was a time, well, some history behind it.
Okay, could you tell me about it, please?
I mean, initially, I rented to him as well as his daughter and his daughter's husband,
Okay,
who was living in the house along with himself. This was some time back. They rented, both of those two passed on. So Those two guys, yeah.
And they're the ones who signed the contract to buy the house?
No, he was the one. Because that was a language situation involved with the other gentleman. So I dealt with him in terms of communication, but the other guy's name was on it. Because he was there as well. I mean, his name was on it, but his son-in-law and daughter primarily doing the paying.
Well, if his name was on it, then he's the one buying the house. Do you have the contract?
Yes, I do.
Okay, may I see the contract? Because this,
I'm getting the receipt.
Yeah. But I hadn't gotten it to that. If you got a minute, because they started out the rent, then they started buying.
I want to see the contract, because if it's a purchase, then you're in the wrong for it.
Well, I can explain.
Okay,
what
deed
it
of
is.
trust.
Bond is not involved here at all.
Man, I said that I took a nap and now everyone's leaving to go to sleep. I mean, does that make me an influencer or a nap-fluencer? Yeah, that was bad. I'm never going to use that word again.
And I can clear that up very quickly with this document, as you'd like to take a look at it.
I'm looking at a deed of trust. Has this been filed with the court? Because I don't see any filing on it.
It's a paper there.
Oh, yes. Oh, no.
I did hear a good dad joke the other day. The very first person on the street that takes their garbage cans to the curb to remind everyone that it's garbage day, is considered a binfluencer. I liked it. Binfluencer.
It's been, this is just a copy of it, but it doesn't look like it was filed.
You're looking for the one that's being stamped?
Thank you. It looks like there's a receipt for October 15th, 2024 for $900.
Yeah, I can explain that if I may.
Okay.
Very simply, he gave me a money order which turned out to be no good. And I have a copy to reflect that. So that caused a problem. See, what I wrote down, I thought October would work out. But I got a document reflecting that was no good. So therefore, that's why.
Let me see what you have, please.
Yeah. That's the money order was made. It's like there was an attempt to deceive me in some way. I didn't realize it, so that's what he gave me. So that didn't work. I know the house is talking about the house.
So you're saying that you went to go and cash this check and they told you that it
I deposited in my bank. That's what I did.
was a stolen money order?
But I don't know what happened. There's a problem with it though. Look at both sides indicating there's all various names on it and what have you. So I don't know the bottom line, but I know it's no good. It's just not a good idea to operate that way.
So this check, this money that you gave him,
I can explain that, ma'am.
he never got the money because
Okay, I want to explain why, because at first, when son-in-law and my daughter, they passed away, assumed he had called me that I needed to go back to the house, which is, I was living in Austin. And I went back to the house and he stopped receiving my rent payments. Okay, so those checks, the door was open. The property has two houses, a small home.
Hey, it's Sunday. There's a reason why these clips are played on a Sunday, not during the week. Court's closed. I got to go through my my vault to find clips to share with you guys on Sunday nights. But yeah, this court's volume is usually pretty low. Usually you can hear the judge though. This is Judge Garcia's court, and she has a booming voice, and she generally tells people to speak up. This judge does not do that, so it's low. But what's going on right now is this guy's being evicted. I guess he was buying the house off this dude, but it got foreclosed, and the guy bought it back. Kind of weird how it worked out. But the reason was he gave him a money order that had the wrong name on it or something, and then something like that. And he's trying to argue, it was like, oh, this is why that happened. Like, no, he doesn't have the money. That's why you're here. Bye.
Where he collects all the rent from people, and the home that eventually that I was to process to buy. He stopped receiving my payments. I saw the checks. They're just thrown. I went and got it, tried to catch it because I needed to make some payments and bills. And I had people sign on the money order without me knowing that it was going to backfire, because I tried to go to Western Union and get another one. And he's been pressuring me since I've been living there, telling me that I'm no part owner of the house. I got to move out. That's why the money order is no stolen money. It's working money. We run it.
Well, he never received it, sir. He never received the money. He
Well-
didn't receive it. So it's as if you never paid it.
Well, you can say I did not pay it, but that money order is no stolen money.
Well,
It
it's
was just
neither
that-
here nor there. I'm not going to convict you for anything. I'm just telling you, he did not get the money. So
Even
you
though
did
it
not
wasn't
pay
the
him.
money
You've been
order?
living there for free.
Oh, I'm not living there for free. I work.
Okay, well, where's the money? When did you pay
Well, I
him
have the
any money?
receipt that he gave me,
He gave you a receipt on a check, on a money order that was no good.
it was no good because it was signed in the back. I was trying to
Okay,
give
well,
it
he
to
didn't
him.
get the money, sir. So did you pay him the money back, $1,000? Again?
Well, because I don't know if I still own the house or what's going on,
Okay.
This
is the substitute trustee's deed. So Andrew Martinez is him, right? Or yes, and and Amanda is his daughter?
That was my daughter. She passed away.
Okay.
Yes, I had to move to repossess my home because they weren't paying. So that's.
Did you foreclose on it?
Yes, I did. That's the paperwork to reflect. It returned to my wife and myself, Emma Johnson and me. After which he said he wanted to rent it. So I started renting it to him for less than.
Okay, so he foreclosed. This is what happened, sir. So he was going to sell it to you, then he foreclosed on it.
Yeah, because I just owe $4,000 on taxes, and he didn't give me a chance to go and pay.
Okay, quit talking, please, because you just keep talking and talking and talking. It doesn't matter what you're saying. The bottom line is
Well, I'm gonna pay
that they foreclosed on the property. So regardless if you didn't pay or you did pay or whatever, you never paid him the $1,000. You're living there for free. You didn't pay for the
I'm gonna pay.
house. And you now you are renting it because he foreclosed. He owns it again.
Okay.
You do not own it. He foreclosed. So now you're supposed to pay him money. Now you did not pay him any money and you
pay
owe
him.
him $1,800.
But it wasn't that like they saying that the money order, that I stole
Yes,
the
I
money.
just saw from his bank,
Yeah,
it
but-
said that he did not get the money.
Well, if he didn't receive the money, I'm gonna pay him back the money.
Well,
As simple as that.
okay, well, you didn't, and it's been
Well, I
already.
did because the money order, she has the copy, if I wouldn't paid it, I wouldn't, you wouldn't.
He
see
has
that.
the copy of a bad money order,
Okay,
sir.
that's fine, but it
Quit
was.
talking.
Okay.
You're just double talker.
Because you don't-
I'm done with you talking. I'm telling you that you
I
owe him
understand what
money.
you're saying.
Okay, but it starts on the 15th, sir. So the 15th isn't here yet. It's only the 13th. So I can only give you the 1,800 for the 2 months.
Oh.
Yes, sir. All right. The court is awarding $1,800 to the plaintiff, cost of court, post-judgment interest, and possession of the property. I'm setting the appeal bond at $1,800, and you have 5 days to appeal. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor, may I interrupt? This is the interpreter.
Yes,
May-
ma'am, we're done with this docket, so you're.
May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am, sorry about that. I should have.
No,
earlier.
I appreciate your day. Thank you. And somebody will be connected at 1:30. Thank
Okay,
you.
perfect. Have a great weekend, Miss Vicky.
Yeah.
You too, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Blessings.
It's quick on. That's what I mean.
Yeah, that guy just wouldn't stop talking, which is, yeah, story was kind of out there. I tried to change up where my logo was, so it made the court a little bit bigger. You could see it a little bit better. It's still small. The court's always, that court is always set up that way. They've got this nice fisheye camera, but they always have multiple people on screen, so it's tiny. What was it? Oh, Legal Fiction. Legal Fiction for 11 months. Thank you so much, Legal Fiction. I appreciate it. That is awesome, bud. Good to see you. And yeah, Phil is correct. I was actually going to start talking about that tomorrow night for Members Monday, but since you brought it up, Heather is coming the day after Christmas. So if you guys would like to donate to the Spoil the Shit Out of Heather Fund, I would appreciate it. And Phil was happy enough to support, to share the link. Thank you so much, Phil. I appreciate it. Okay. We have one more clip. We are going to move to Judge Perkins. And yeah, Judge Perkins, he's always a treat. Let's go. Giddy!
Back on the record with Mr. Gordon. Mr. Gordon, I'll give you an opportunity to speak to counsel. Counsel, what you client gonna do?
Your Honor, he would avail himself of the offer to enter a plea to allowing, as well as the
Did that just get really loud for everybody else? I paused it and then I hit the play button and the volume was 10 times as loud. That was crazy.
disobeying an officer's signal on the basis of a 9-month suspended sentence. Delayed sentence. Stands ready to make the plea.
You want to take the deal, sir?
Yeah.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right, put your hand down. Do you understand the maximum possible penalty for these offenses are 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines? Mr. Gordon? You understand the maximum possible penalty is 93 days in jail and or $500 in fines?
Yes.
You understand that you have an absolute right to a trial?
Yes.
Mr. Berry went over your other advice and rights in the breakout room, did he not?
Yeah, he's winning all the time.
Did Mr. Berry go over your other advice and rights in the breakout room,
yes.
sir?
Yes, he did. Yes,
Did you understand those rights?
Yes, I did.
Do you have any questions about those rights?
No, I don't.
You know, by taking this deal, you're gonna give those rights up? You know, by
That's the Judge Washington case, right? I do have that. I can share that if you guys want. I can't do it tonight, but I can share it. Yeah, I remember that one. That one was weird.
taking this deal, you're gonna give those rights up?
Yes.
You got a lot of noise in the background.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Has anybody offered you anything other than what's been stated in the record?
No.
Let me draw your attention back to August 16, 2024, around 10:11 p.m. in the city of Detroit, in the area of Lafayette and Brush Street. Did you have an occasion on that day to come in encounter with the Detroit Police Department?
Yes.
What did you do out there?
Well, I was coming home from work, and then he was signaling. I didn't know he was at first. I didn't know he was signaling for me, but obviously he was signaling for me, and I didn't see him right away.
What am I supposed to do with that, Mr. Barrett?
Well, what was it?
It was my fault.
What was he signaling you to do, Mr. Gordon?
He was signaling me to yield.
Yeah, but if he didn't see him right away, then did you pull over as soon as you saw him?
Yes, I did.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.
It was my fault, Your Honor. I'll take responsibility for it.
I'm not saying that. Listen, what you just told me was a situation where you're driving, and all of a sudden the police, what it sounds like to me, the police pull you over, want to pull you over. You didn't see it initially, and then when you saw it, you pulled over.
Yeah.
How is that? I mean, you know, that's just like, I'm gonna set a trial date.
Yes, sir.
Oh, the trial date. I was wrong. I'll take full responsibility, Your Honor.
Tell me how you're wrong. In the way you just told me, not unless it's more to the story.
I ignored the signal.
How did you just now are you lying to me or what?
Of course not, Your Honor.
Okay. Did you see the signal when he first tried to pull you over?
Yes.
And you ignored it?
Yes.
So you lied to me.
No, I didn't lie. I said I wasn't sure if he was signaling me or not, but I guess he obviously was, because he was like, pull over. And that's what I did.
I'm gonna get the police in here. Trial. I'm not convinced. Maybe they may convince me and tell a different side of the story when you come in. You paid us $288, sir, and you can potentially set yourself up to get a valid license on that no insurance proof. I'll even allow him to. I'll even allow him to pay $45 on it. Pay reinstatement fee up front. What you're gonna have to do is come down to the courthouse. I got the file marked. Pay a reinstatement fee of $45 on that no insurance proof. You pay that, you wait 48 to 72 hours, you can potentially set yourself up to get a license. At least that'll send clearances here from the 36th District Court to the Secretary of State. Come back on February 21st, 2024, and for a trial. If there's nothing further, sir, have a safe, happy holiday season. Hopefully that will help you.
All right, that's it. There's only about 10 seconds left of this video, so my outro is about to jump out. And Derval, even especially now that I've been there and I met him, and then he formally gave me a shout out on his channel. So now it does kind of seem like he was talking to me. But for everyone who doesn't know, that clip had in my intro where he says, "Tell Colin I'm ready." That has nothing to do with me. That's a different Colin. There's a story that goes to that case, and the person's name just happened to be Colin. So I took it, for obvious reasons. All right. That's all I got tonight, guys. You are all awesome. Let's see. I don't think there's anyone on. Katie Zed's in the chat. She streamed a little earlier, so I think she's finished. Yeah. There's no Lone Wolf's even off tonight. It might be a rare night where we don't have anyone to raid. I've got nothing. Not even an upcoming. I've got one placeholder for Mark the Sarcastic Law Student, and that's it. That's all I have on my list. So looks like we're not going to be raiding anybody. Oh, yeah, that's next Sunday. We're going to be talking about the McDonald's coffee case. I need to do a little research. Research, and I got to refresh my memory on that case. It's been a long time since I read about it. But that is, I will be on Katie's Edge channel next Sunday. I'll put some notifications out and put a community message out to remind you all and let you know the details. But that is happening next Sunday. That's going to be fun. Yeah. But that's all I got. Legal Fiction, thank you so much for the membership milestone tonight. I do appreciate it. And you guys have a great rest of your night. Tomorrow night is Members Monday. So I will see you tomorrow night. Hold on. I can tell you what I have on my schedule for this week. I've got 2. Oh, that does say the 19th. I'm like, why does it say the 9th? Yeah, okay. So I've got 2 cases this week. Nothing for tomorrow though. No, never mind. I do have one tomorrow. Oh, remember the kid that was trying to go to jail in front of Judge Simpson? The one that we all felt bad for? Because he couldn't he didn't have the money for probation and what was it? I don't remember exactly the details, but he's back in front of Judge Simpson tomorrow. So we have that. But that's the only thing I have on my schedule for tomorrow. So, yeah, we're just going to be clicking around, doing court hopping like always. All right. I am rambling. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. I will see you all tomorrow. You're awesome. Until next time, bye.
You get a driver's license.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. You do the same.
All right, best of luck to you.
All right.